Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I am glad you're here this morning. Have a great show lined up, and we'll get started with our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center on Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Run by and check out all the programs they can offer you. Now, the high today, folks, is getting up to the 70s. We're looking at a high of 72 and low tonight of 44, and the water temperature is 63. So, with that cool snap we had, all that rain we've had, it's sort of getting behind us now. Actually, I'm looking on the calendar, and spring, the official start of spring is actually 2 weeks from tomorrow, on March the 20th. So, we're right around the corner. I know the azaleas have just busted out. That's a term my dad used years ago. I was a kid, talking about they're going to bust out after that rain. And I always think about a spring rain and how the azaleas have come out all over the area, all throughout the Panhandle. They're just beautiful right now, and I hope you get to see some of them and enjoy them too. And also the dogwoods are coming out too. So that, to me, that's the first official sign of spring, when the azaleas and dogwoods start blooming here in the Panhandle. Okay, let's look at our river readings. The Apalachicola is finally starting to drop out a little bit. It has really been high, but this morning's going to read a 18.8. That's really high, but it's going to drop on out and get on down by the weekend, may get on down below 14. So good movement there on the Apalachicola River. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it continues to drop also. This morning it's reading at 12.7. and it's going to sort of steady off today, and then tomorrow it's going to start dropping again, a slow, steady drop, and again it should drop on below 10 foot by the weekend. So the rivers are falling, the catfishermen are happy. So a lot of things going on both the river systems. Now, looking at on the saltwater side, the tides for today, March the 5th, good strong tides all week long. We're looking at a low tide was this morning at 147. And a high tide is at 325. We're looking at a 2 foot range today, tomorrow. Really strong incoming tides. Okay, so take a chance of that. The marine forecast now, southwest is 16 miles an hour. It's blowing pretty strong today, and the sunset today will be at 5:45. Okay, that takes care of our weather. We'll be back with our special guest. Welcome back, and welcome to Alan Courtney. Good morning.
How you doing, Coach?
All right, I'm doing great. We've been talking about a lot of fishing now. We're going to share some of the information with you, but we're going to show you some pictures, and we're going to show you what the fish are biting on, and talk about all the upcoming stuff. And this weather has had an effect on some of these bass.
Yeah, it is. It's every day is different, you know. One day to the next, you never know. But that I guess that shows you the difference between the good and the bad fishermen. Some of them can adapt to the changing conditions, which is changing daily this time of the year. It always does. You know? So I haven't been able to adapt real well, but somebody always does.
Well, you told me you did something for the first time this past weekend at the tournament. You left early. That's rare.
Yeah, at 12 o'clock Saturday, I said I'd have enough of this mess, and I just went on home and took a nap.
It was cold. How does that you guys even got out there?
Water was muddy out in the woods and wind blowing. I said, and I paid money to do this. I'm going home, you know. So,
that's unusual for you.
Well, that's all right.
Okay, let's take a look at some of these pictures. Tell us who these guys are.
All right, we'll start out like we always do. This is the local clubs in the area. This is the Seminole Bassmasters. They fish every month just at Seminole all year long. James Smith won it with 16.95 pounds.
All right.
And this one is the Miracle Strip Bass Club. They're over in the Fort Walton and Destin area. And Eddie Wolford won that one, 8.52 pounds.
That's a nice, healthy bass.
Yeah, he's probably had a couple. The Southern Bass Anglers here in Panama City. We went to Lake Seminole. Richard Eldridge won it with 15.54 pounds. Just good solid fish.
Yeah.
So. And that's the Gulf Coast Bass Anglers. They also went to Lake Seminole. James Grant won it with 9.80 pounds.
All right. So that's all within the past month, right?
Yep. All of these are February results.
All right.
This is the Lunkers Bass Club. They went to Abercrombie Landing down in Lower Apalachicola River. And Charlie Haas won it with 9.62 pounds.
All right. That's a nice landing down there.
It is. I went there for the first time probably a couple months ago.
Really?
Nice,
we'll go there. That's our hangout.
This is the Bay County Bass Club, and they also went to Lake Seminole. Alan Ramsey won it with a good bag of 17.60 pounds.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice fish.
Mm-hmm. I think second place was 16, third place was 15, right on down the line.
This looks like a White City.
Yeah, that is the Poor Guys Bass Club.
Poor Guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm sorry, I got that mixed up on my notes here. Well, this is starting into the monthly tournament trails that we have around here once a month. So this is the Media Bass North Florida teams, and they were out of White City.
Okay.
Darrell Clark and Larry Love won it with 10.3 pounds.
All right.
And this is another Media Bass. They have several different trails. This is the North Florida, but individual. You're just fishing by yourself. Tim Goodwin won that one with 10.46 pounds. They fished at a Black Creek Lodge over on the Choctawhatchee River system.
Okay, the Choctawhatchee bass. All right. We'll get them all over now. I like this.
Yep. Yeah, we're going all over. This is Lake Talquin. This is the American Bass Anglers Talquin Division, Rob Lawhan, which usually wins over there, 22.61 pounds.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give him a quota. He can only win so many.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's good no matter where he goes. Not just Lake Talquin, but he's good. This is the American Bass Anglers as well. They have a Lake Seminole division. And Kyle Brooks won it, 14.48 pounds.
It's great to see Kyle still hanging in there.
He is.
That's great.
He's a good old guy, fishing like crazy.
Sir.
And our Deer Point Lake Team Trail, as you can see, it was a rainy day. Doug Cook and Ray Raines won it, 11.67 pounds.
Well, I tell you what, these bass fishermen are one dedicated group of outdoorsmen.
Mm-hmm. Cold, windy, rain, they're there, and paid money to do it. This is the Winter Trail. Greg Dykes, he won it last month, and he won it this month again out of White City, 20.54 pounds.
Wow.
So that's a good stringer. He had
February,
almost 22 pounds last month out of White City.
Wow,
so,
that's good for February.
It's good for the river, period, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Elite Anglers Team Trail. Terry Stevens and Clint Brown, no surprise, won it at Lake Seminole with 26.74 pounds.
But how much is that big one there?
I think it was right at 8 pounds. And in that tournament, 24 was second, 22 was third, 21 was right on down the line.
All right, our last one.
Yep,
that's familiar face.
Well, he's been doing well here lately. This is the Bass Nation. It's a Bass Federation nation. You qualify, the amateur way to make it to the Bassmaster Classic. Alan Duke won it on the boater side with 18.25 pounds. Ken Jordan won it on the no boater side with a little over 4 pounds. So not much, but a win is a win. Doesn't matter if it's 4 pounds or 25 pounds. So.
Good job on it. That's some really good fishing for this
there's
cold month and
there's
all.
a ton going on. If you look on the front page of my website right now, I think, what is it, the 9th? This weekend coming up, there's 9 tournaments this Saturday.
9
tournaments. Between your club tournaments and your monthly tournaments spread out in the Panhandle. And that's just the ones I know of. There's more that's not on there, but it's crazy how many are out there.
Well, that shows how the popularity, like we say this over and over again, the most popular fishing in America is bass fishing, and it's spread out all throughout the West, the South, the Midwest, and right here in Panhandle.
It's all over. Is it other countries,
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Bassmaster Classic was, this past weekend before last.
Yeah.
And there's an angler from Zimbabwe, and because the federation, the nation is in other countries, so it's all over the world. Wherever bass is, there's bass tournaments.
Okay. All right, look, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and show you what kind of baits these big bass have been biting, okay? All right, welcome back. Now we're going to give you some tackle tips with Alan. He's so good about bringing in what's been hot this past month, and some things might be in the future we could use. He just showed me the sharp hook. We'll get to it in just a second. But first, let's start. What you got first there, Alan?
Well, this is a rattling rogue. It's just a minnow imitation lure, and this time of the year especially because it's hot one day and it's cold the next day. It's hard to keep these fish right now. They'll be on the bed for a day or two.
Yeah.
It gets cold. They move back out. Well, when they're not actually on the bed and they're cruising around, possibly wanting to get on the bed, this type of a bait, a minnow type imitation bait is good. If you're out there searching for the bass, they're cruising around. They're not actually locked on the bed, but
so they're cruising, then that's a good one. Just sort
they're
of
cruising around.
Ambush them.
This is a floater. They also make this in a suspending model.
Okay.
So the suspending model, you'll just twitch it down a couple feet, and when you stop, it'll just sit there literally and just not move at all. So you're keeping that bait in the front of the fish, a lot longer than keeping them away from colder water. They're more lethargic. They don't want to move as fast. So having that bait just kind of stop if they might have been behind it, and they're may or may not be interested in it, but now it stops and it just sits there and hovers for 10 or 15 seconds, then chances are they're going to go ahead and take it worse. Versus if it keeps on going, they're like,
all right.
And they make all kinds, shapes and sizes. This is a Bomber brand here. There's you know, endless name and brands out there. You know,
same principle.
Same principle.
Yeah.
Another one I showed you last time is a rattle trap.
And that's been doing good, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's doing real good. I caught some fish on it some last month, and there's many brands on that, but you can hear the rattle inside of that thing. It attracts them.
Hear that rattle.
And then if you do come across some fish that are on the bed, and this is the time of the year, and it's going to be that way for the next month and a half, there's different kind of, you know, creatures, lizards, worms, you know, that you put in there. And I use, now this is a white lizard, okay?
Oh yeah.
But I use colors that I can see, you know, because if you use a darker color, them fish will suck this bait in and spit it out before you can blink your eye.
You know, I keep waiting for the Geico lure to come out.
Yeah, you know, we could do that. But I just brought some examples of, you know, the bright colors. You know, these are trick worms made by Zoom, yellow and green, and then they make them all mixed colors of orange and yellow. But like I say, when I come up on a fish that's actually on the bed, throw something that you can see, you know, because you have to see if he's got that bait, because they'll take it in their mouth, and in a fraction of a second later spit it back out. You know, they're not necessarily trying to eat it; they're just trying to kill it or move it off of their bed. You know, so you have to be pretty quick.
You hear that, but you like the bright colors because of that reason there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And keep changing up. Sometimes you'll be fishing one of these fish, and he could care less what you put in that bed, and you keep changing colors, and all of a sudden you'll see that it's amazing what a certain color has just really got that fish to reacting to. He'll just almost go crazy, and you'll say, okay, got the right color here. Now it's a matter of time, you know. So, and there's another thing I think I showed y'all a couple of years ago. It's a little felt tip pin garlic.
Yes.
Yes, you can. And this is like a magic marker, chartreuse on one end, red on the other. You can paint the tails of the different plastic baits. You know, if you did have a darker one and you wanted to paint the tail a chartreuse bright color.
It also has a smell to it.
And it has a garlic scent in it. Yeah. And Lee over at English Tackle carries these things. And
anything give you an advantage over the fish is good.
I use a chartreuse all the time on any color, even the light ones, or you know, it just makes it a little different. It really does stand out. You'd be amazed when you put the end of your plastics with this chartreuse.
I mean, we did talk about that about 2 years ago.
It's been a while.
You're still using it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now they make a little bottle that's a dye that you can dip them in, but you know, you spill that bottle in your boat on your car. It's a whole lot better. Yeah,
you don't want to spill it in your truck.
Yeah, and you know. Polarized sunglasses, if you're out fishing in the springtime, you know, anytime they're a must, but especially in the springtime, if you're looking for that fish on the bed, you know, you've got to have some good polarized sunglasses. There's a difference in being able to see that fish there or not seeing them whatsoever, you know.
Okay, what about it? We're talking about sharp hooks.
Yes.
This is a sharp hook right here, folks.
It absolutely is. Trocar, and it's been out a couple of years maybe, but brand name is Trocar, and they make all types of hook mainly for plastic baits. And these things are unbelievably sharp. They're on the expensive side. They're a couple dollars for each hook. You know, not for the pack, but for each individual hook. They are razor sharp. And I don't know if you can see this, but built in the top of each of these hooks is kind of a keeper. You can see the points there on the top.
Yeah, it's like a a reverse barb. Right
yeah,
there.
once you put the bait on there, it keeps it from sliding down the hook. You know, it's a keeper for the plastic bait to stay.
You know, you're talking about it being a couple dollars. You know, you spend all that money in your boat and time, entrance fee, spend a couple dollars on
the big scheme of thing. That's nothing whatsoever.
That's exactly right. So I've always believed in this. You just use top quality equipment.
Oh yeah, you're out there with the equipment. You spend a lot of money on your boat and all that. You know, so why have a weak link there on the end of your line? You know, go ahead and spend a few more dollars and get you some good tackle. You know, so it's well worth it. And you've spent money if you're tournament fishing. You know. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense to use the cheap stuff. So
overall it's been a pretty good month this past month.
It has. Other than down there in the river where it's kind of flooded right now and a little dirty and it's out in the woods everywhere. So,
well, how do in general? How would y'all fish high water like we've had in February?
Well, I tell you what. According to this last Saturday, I don't know.
In general.
Well, I tell you, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. Me and Eric Warning fished same month, same exact conditions. It was high, it was muddy. Wind was blowing for the first hour. We didn't do anything, and we said, if we're not going to catch anything, let's go get up one of these creeks and not catch anything and be comfortable.
Yeah, get out of the wind.
We went up Columbus, where me and you did that show last year, just to get out of the wind and started throwing a dark colored Cinco in the muddy water with that nail weight in the tail of it. And we ended up catching 18.5 pounds and winning the tournament. You know, we were about as surprised as we could be. We just went up there to get out of the wind and everything. But that same exact pattern did not work for me this Saturday. You know, I did the same thing. I thought about that. I said, you know, so. But it's all different. Bobby Smith ended up winning Saturday. When everybody took off out of the White City Landing, Bobby took a right toward Panama City. Everybody else took a left toward Lake Wimico. So I'm assuming he went down to Sandy Creek, Weetapo Creek.
Yeah.
But
would there not be as much water in there?
I don't think the water was probably as high in that direction, you know. And he only had 8 pounds, but he won, you know, and that's all that matters. So he went down there and did his homework, I'm sure, you know, and knew that let's go down there where the water is normal. So,
all right. All right. Old Bobby pretty consistent.
Yeah, he's good. Bobby's good. He's been doing it a long time and does his homework.
Yes, sir. So. Let's take our final break. We'll come back with a lot more bass information with Alan. All right, welcome back. So we're Alan and Courtney talking a lot about bass fishing, but let's look at our fishing times in case you're going today. Check our times out. Mark Coward, Edgewater Beach Realty, sponsored this spot right here. And our times, we're looking at 6:19 to 8:19 this morning. It'll be a little cool, but it's going to warm up. And this afternoon, late in the evening, about 6:49 after sunset, 6:49 to 8:49. Brought to us by Mark Coward, 832-6000. That's our time for today. Now, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. March is here, and this is a good month for saltwater and freshwater. So
we'll just show you a few of the tournaments that are coming up this month. This one is the Talcon Open. I think it's what does that say? 30th annual Talcon Open, the last Saturday of this
35th annual.
35th, okay.
At Ingram.
That's been going on a long time. So
it's been going on almost 35 years.
Ingram's Marina, and over there in Lake Talbot.
That's a classic right there.
You can get on my website, find out more information. Out of all these, you can get on my website and find out contact information.
Around the tournament trail. Take a look. How many hits have you had on that?
453,000, I think.
453,000.
So, yeah, coming up on $500,000.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty. Cool. I think it's pretty cool.
You do a good job with it. Excellent website.
Wish I'd get $1 for every hit, though.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, 50 cents would be okay.
Yeah,
all right, what about this one?
This is a Elite Anglers Team Trail that, you know, if any of you guys are interested, we've already had one tournament this year, but you can miss one and still fish. We only have 4. So it's a high-end tournament, $500 entry fee. But last year we gave away $10,000 first place. This year is for first place is at the end of the season is a brand new 19-foot Skeeter bass boat with either a 175 or a 200 Mercury going to be on there.
Oh, a Skeeter.
Skeeter bass boat and Mercury going to be it's a minimum $30,000 value for first place. So we just in the second year of this trail, it's come a long way. We've got some great sponsors. You know, we couldn't do it without the sponsors. That's what everything's all about.
That's strong.
Sponsors, yeah.
That is strong.
And we'll hopefully be right there.
That's local folks we're talking about here.
They're strictly local. We strictly fish the Apalachicola River System, Lake Talcon, and Lake Seminole. Only 4 tournaments, and then 5 counting the actual championship.
And have a prize like that.
You can't beat that at all.
That's amazing. It really is. I want to congratulate all those guys all those sponsors and all doing that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next one
here. This, if you're interested in kind of the amateur way to make it to the Bassmaster Classic, it's the Bass Nation. You have to join a local club that is federated with the Bass Nation, which it's way less than $100 to join a local club that's federated and fish some of these. You don't have to have a boat. There's boaters and non-boaters in the same tournament. This is the one where I showed you a while ago. Alan Duke won it.
Yeah.
He had what 18 or 19 pounds, but the no boater who won it only had 4.5 pounds. You know, and
so can you enter 1 or 2 of these? Or you need all 4 of them?
All you have to do is qualify in any one of these to make it to the state championship, which is in Lake Okeechobee this year. Going to be in the October time frame. They haven't set the date.
Well, look, I'm thinking about March 23rd. That's my birthday. I may just enter the White City one day. Come on down there.
Yeah, all you have to do
I'm just going to follow you around now, wherever it's okay.
That may not be a good thing. I qualified at Seminole last month. You know,
okay.
If that water doesn't come down, I'm probably not going back down to White City.
Yeah, maybe down by then.
Yeah, hopefully. So.
All right, here's our next one.
Yeah, this is a good United Way of Santa Rosa County benefit tournament. You know,
okay, good.
Yeah, it's going to be April 6th, Carpenter's Park in Milton, Florida. $3,000 payout.
And proceeds go to United Way of Santa Rosa County. Very good.
Once again, you can get on that website, United Way, or my website, to find out what's going on.
Cool. All right. And then this is Tuesday night shootout. This is starting strong, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be starting a week from Tuesday, a week from today. Yeah, because we always start the first Tuesday after the time changes.
Okay.
Which the time changes this weekend. So,
that's sneaking up on people. Yeah.
So don't forget that.
We got to talk about that.
And it's every other Tuesday night from 6 to 9 p.m., $20 entry fee per person, not per boat. Fish by yourself. And it's cheap, it's local, doesn't cost you much. You can make some good money. Sometimes first place, $250, $350 for a $20 entry fee.
To me, it's sort of like a farm league in baseball, like a little farm league. You got your training for, for a chance at, fishing a tournament in a small area. But it's, I like that idea.
And there's a lot of guys there. That's the only place they fish. So there's some good competition there. So, but y'all come out if you know anybody. Pass the word. It's a good little tournament. 3 hours. So.
Well, that's some really neat stuff. We were talking about too. Drew Benton. Boy, Drew made everybody proud. Drew made everybody proud, didn't he? I know you guys, you bass fishing, were just tickle pink.
No, that's unbelievable what he did. I know.
Yeah, we saw.
Y'all had him on here.
We had him on here, and I know he made y'all proud. What about the boat race over there?
Oh yeah, this is a friend of mine wanted me to.
It's about a month away, but still, something you need to start working on now. I think it's a neat idea.
It's the first annual Panama City cardboard boat race. That would be fun to do. You've seen it on TV or ESPN, but this is to benefit the American Cancer Society. It's April 13th at Carl Ray Park. You can see there. Your boat has to be checked in at 11. There's youth races and then adult races. So.
Now listen, what are the rules on how to build a boat and all? I mean, where did we go to find? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm going to read a couple, and you can call Wayne, and he can. I'm going to leave you a few of these entry fees, just in case you see somebody that wants one.
Well, I'm going to get some of my students to enter that too, because we're all talking about building boats and all.
I'll read a couple of things here. Design is left to the builder. Use your imagination, but no wood, no plastic, no rubber, no inflatable devices, no styrofoam, no fiberglass, no plastic. So,
it's got to be cardboard.
It's got to be cardboard. No caulking. You can wrap it. You can wrap it with duct tape, though. He says you can. The whole wrapping in duct tape is allowed.
Oh, okay. I see what's coming. I see what's coming right now.
Yeah, that would be really fun to do. There's no doubt about it. So, but you can get your business in on that. But like I say, the number was on the screen. You'll have the information.
Okay, and we'll talk more about that too later on. Okay, we've run out of time again. Adam, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for having me again.
Really good stuff, folks. And thank you all for watching the show. Now you have a great day at work or wherever you go. You be sure and do something good for somebody. And God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.